So,
Do it now.
another minute.
My cell phone says yes.
My computer says no. That's what everybody sees in my computer. Oh, yeah, one,
You,
2000.
good.
All right, 7 o'clock.
Call meeting.
Stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jane, Amanda here, Steve here, Pat here, Debbie here.
Any public comment on agenda items?
I'd like to add litigation to the agenda.
Can't hear her.
That's under, you wanna do that on approval of the agenda?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any public comment on the agenda items? Not, we'll move on to approval of the agenda.
I'd like to add litigation under the approval of the agenda.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. She said litigation added. I know. Is it an unfinished one or something new?
Well, it wasn't finished, it got taken off, so I don't know where we put it in.
Okay, litigation got taken off because he said that it was no longer, anything we needed to talk about on there.
There we didn't have any updates, but if you wanna bring it up.
So it'd be new
Can
again?
it be new again?
Yeah, we can put it under new again.
15C.
Any other additions or changes to the agenda? If not, need a motion to approve. I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Motion and support, any more discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye, all opposed? It was approved. Item 6, guest speaker, we don't have a guest speaker tonight. Item 7, approval of the minutes, Township Board regular meeting minutes of January 2024.
25.
Or 20, yeah.
Update that. I'm sorry, I did it again. It's supposed to be 2025, I apologize. So only on the agenda is it wrong because the actual minutes say 2025. Right.
The only thing I have a question on is that you have under the unfinished business policy update table, but we did discuss it.
I know, but we didn't make any decisions, that's why it still has to stay on there. We tabled it, we made no decision, that's what tabling means. Doesn't mean we don't talk about it, it means we haven't finalized anything.
Okay.
Yeah, if everybody's ready, we'll need a motion to approve the minutes. I'll move for approval. Okay, we have a motion to approve. Support.
I'll support.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor of approving the minutes for the January 2025 meeting?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Carried. Consent agenda items, the assessor report. Fire report.
On the fire report, question on blank column A. This How come that?
Well, that's, because we haven't updated it, I'll update it for next month.
Okay. I do kind of get a sense of
What
what we have in arrears.
Yeah.
Do you know offhand, Deb, how much is in arrears?
I don't,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
yeah, we get a report for next month.
Yep.
And then, another question, the persons involved column, I see some have names, some don't.
Those would be, the only thing that I do is update the paid and the billed. Brian's the rest of it, so you'll have to drag that at him.
Yeah, so like, basically, person involved is if there's an actual individual, like tree on a power line, you're not gonna have somebody there. So the power line ones, mutual aid calls, you're not gonna have a person involved because we're there on behalf of mutual aid, so the fire department that covers that area does the detailed report. Our report basically just says we responded for mutual aid for whatever they wanted, so they get all the homeowners information and stuff like that. Like there's a grass fire on there that's, we're just along the highway in 59, called in by, passerby. So if there's not somebody that's directly involved, then that's why that would be, the person involved column would be blank.
Anything else on the fire report? On the water report?
Most of this we went over last month, I think, doing and whatnot.
Yeah, it's more just a detailed.
Yep.
Count, I guess, so what he did last month or. Your water billing.
Like the 5 or 6 months.
Yeah. There are, well, one of them got paid today by DHS,
Okay,
and the other one is we can shut off in the winter according to our treasurer. They were both on the shut off and
gotcha.
she said there's nothing we can do, so. Yeah.
Until, but I did take
April-
it to her. April something. Yeah.
I forget the number, there's literature on it.
I mean, I understand not turning off in the winter for safety reasons, however, it doesn't help them catch up in the spring. And there's nothing we can do, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about the.
Yeah, that's okay.
Shut off moratorium, just saw some balances creeping up.
In the summertime, it's easier to keep on.
I would think, yeah.
Any more discussion on water billing register? Now, do you want payment of bills?
Dave Hamlin, you've got for the water, was you start, is that for what? Dave Hamlin, the maintenance guy, you've got 539 coming out of the water fund?
Yep. just
For
because-
rushing and,
Oh, yeah, you had a bunch of hours over at the water tower.
Okay, okay, no, I just want to make sure it was,
yeah,
no, I forgot about. Yeah.
yeah, and we rented a chipper to chip it instead of burn it, because
Yeah.
by the water tower, you don't want to try to burn brush or anything.
But that's not part of that 500. That
Oh, that's
500 was just his wages.
Oh, okay, Item F, financial reports.
So, nothing,
I think,
nothing to point out on this one, of course, three-way balance, et cetera. It is worth noting, we did get our yearly big bill from the state of Michigan water revolving fund, so it's like 46,000 I'll be paying this week out of the water. Unrelated to this month's report, but worth mentioning. That big chunk.
Just general.
Yeah. 2027, 25, yeah. Two
Yeah,
more
I
after
think
this one.
it ends in 2027.
Yeah. Yeah.
By then, we'll probably get something else to spend.
Don't rush, guys, what he's saying, because you're gonna have to keep doing which way.
Probably another river crossing.
Stop, just.
Let's just celebrate that. Can you get us? That's green.
That's on the list.
We,
There's over there.
Should have been a comedian.
we're done with consent agenda items. We have a motion to approve all the consent agenda items.
You make a motion to approve consent agenda items.
Support. Motion and support. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye, all opposed? Approved. Communications, planning commission meeting minutes of January 8th, 2025.
They're not in there.
No, I had a couple questions on what was going on with them and I had reached out to MTA and they just got back, so. I don't think that's much. Yep, there's corrections that have to be made and. Sure.
Zoning administrators reporting.
It's just,
Under the training opportunity from QPAD, did we approve for us to go, for all of us, 5 of us to go to the training? That's
Yes.
coming up for 120, okay, I
Yes.
just wanted to clarify, so we are gonna go there, I will register us, I just wanted to make sure.
that's, 125 doesn't sound right.
Was it?
No,
That's-
I was gonna bring that up under the zoning update
Oh, okay,
to
I'm
get it
sorry.
approved,
Oh, okay,
so.
We
Yeah,
did approve something last month, but I don't think it was that much money.
That was,
that's why I wanted to wait
Yeah.
and see, that's why I didn't.
Well, I know we
Well,
were,
That was a board review.
Yeah.
oh.
we didn't do anything for planning commission.
I was meeting with the planning commission,
Oh, that's
every
right,
people
yeah.
were interested,
Yeah, so,
and I was gonna bring it up.
okay,
You're just a little early.
Yep,
there it goes.
I know,
Monday,
on top of it is always.
okay.
Okay. No other communications?
Okay.
We will move on, fire department business, fire updates.
All right, January, we had 4 calls, 3 of them billable, 1 non-billable, 3 billable of a garage fire. Accident, and the smell of gas in the house, non-billable was a mutual aid call for a structure fire. From all Township, city. Embezzlement situation, I did get a letter, I think, I notified Steve, I think he may have notified the board, there's a circuit court pretrial that's coming up for, March 10th at 8:30 a.m. I do have a call in to, the prosecutor's office and see what exactly, kind of Googling online to see what actually takes place at a circuit court pretrial. They make it sound like when you Google it, that it's more of a meeting between the judge and the prosecutor, like the attorneys, where they do sometimes discuss pleas and stuff. The letter here says that we're welcome to attend the court proceeding. So I'm guessing we're allowed to go to it, but I'm trying to get clarification on that, because if it's just a meeting between the lawyers and the judge, and it's not really, you know, if it's not really something that's open to people to go to, but the letter makes it sound like we're welcome to attend, so. Once I get clarification on that, I will let Steve know, so he can pass it on to you guys for sure, but. Other than that, I haven't heard anything, so I'm guessing, you know, things will start rolling again here on the March 10th court date. We did have, one new member, well, old member that rejoined, Matt Ryan, at our business meeting this month. Matt Ryan, he used to be in our department for quite a few years. He dropped off the department because he moved over to Rapid River area. He's got all the certifications. He's actually certified, to be a trainer and stuff too now, but he's got many years of experience. He's living back in Escanaba area now, so he just, we just voted him back on, so I think we need approval from the township board to officially make him back on the roster. He's all certified and everything like that. So
Right?
Matt,
Ryan.
RIA.
All right, yeah, I remember the name. I make a motion to accept Matt Ryan as a member of the Township Fire Department.
Motion and support, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye, all opposed? He's approved.
Yeah, definitely, I said having him back on because he was one that was very active and he knows a lot for like doing maintenance and, you know, doing some repairs on the truck, so it's nice to have someone with some experience back. The last thing, I had right now, I just had some questions, so last month we had brought up that, we're close to our budget limit, so I got a report from Debbie. Showing all the breakdown of the expenses. And one of the questions that I had on here was, so now they started putting the propane charges, so we got the one propane tank. So now they started putting propane charges against the fire department budget, which wasn't done in the past.
Absolutely
So
was. You only got it a year ago. You got it, it's been a whole year since you've received propane. And it absolutely was in your budget last time as well.
Okay,
I don't know about how much before that.
well, I don't recall ever seeing it on the reports, but the question I guess I have is how is it broke down? Because we get basically one bill when they fill the tank. So
Okay.
what?
I'm
how is
sorry,
it-
wait a minute, Brian, I apologize. I'm thinking stoppage. What do you get stoppage?
Drop it just diesel.
That's what I was thinking of.
This is
Now
for
I'm sorry.
nasal propane. for
So your
propane tank.
Naser propane, you pay 50% and the township hall pays 50%. You actually weighting it, I'm sure used more than the 50%, but that was a fair split. And that's been that way for probably 3 or 4 years. Every month.
Yeah, cause I mean, in the winter time, and it's basically the only time that we have any kind of propane use out there. And we keep the fire hall at like 58 degrees except for when we're here, so I mean.
Well, the only thing that we heat around the clock is that room right there. And when we go home at night, we put it at 50. This room isn't heated at all. That's why I said the fire department, I'm sure, uses more than 50%.
I think we need to look at something, because I mean, according to this, I mean, just the fire department portion, I mean, we're at almost $2,600 for, and probably got one more month of propane on there before. I mean, that's basically from April to February, $2,600.
At $3 a
I mean,
gallon.
that's basically, you're looking at over, almost, over $5,000, you're looking at to heat the two buildings. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I don't ever remember that much coming off of our budget for propane in the past. So I was looking at things to see why you guys are saying that we're close on our
I
budget.
really can't see where you are.
I mean, but this, I mean, it basically looks like we got
Well, no.
91.3% of our budget used
There's
as of this report
another
date.
600 on there for.
So-
One thing for the fire department, and we could look at upgrading that furnace in there. The heater is probably 35 years old.
Yeah, it's an old Modine heater and stuff like that, but
There's
just,
probably a cheaper way of heating the bit. It's a bigger building than this too, so it's bound to use more.
Well, maybe at the time that if we upgrade it, that we should put them on their own meter.
We could,
And then they have their own bill and we'll have our own.
yeah, we could look
I
into
don't know, I
that.
don't know if Naser does meters though, I mean, because it's basically, we'd almost have to probably have
We have
our own
another
tank.
tank.
Or your own tank, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could talk to Nazer about that, how we could do that, but But I know both of these buildings are extremely hard, you know, they're older buildings and they both use more fuel than some modern buildings, there's no doubt about that.
How big is the tank?
So, probably about six.
$1,000 worth.
Probably like a
That's how
600
big it is.
gallon.
It's like $1,000 to have it filled, yeah.
It's
Must be
bigger than an
250.
average household tank, I'd say maybe 600 gallons.
Yeah, cause they don't wait for it to empty to fill it,
Yeah.
or on an auto fill. so.
Yeah,
See, if you look at the Township Hall one, will match that price,
Okay.
because they split them right in half.
Okay, that's what I have for updates.
okay. Inventory. Somebody working on that, you said,
I did check, I contacted Hannula for some guidance on these, stickers with, basically the inventory tags with the numbers on them. And he basically sent me an email back stating that is not anything that the tenants ever requested or required. Checked with our risk control person, Lori Burton. And he basically said that it was mentioned that it's good to have an inventory, but tagging was never a requirement. But it's a good idea to have an inventory list, but tagging it with number tags. They said it was never a requirement of the insurance company at all. And
So what is the lady we met with, Steve?
that was that Lori Bird.
And
But
she's
she
the
told
one that
us,
requested
yeah,
it. She required it.
Yeah,
I mean, I can give you guys.
Well, then we as the board are requesting that. If that's what it'll take to get it done.
Well, I mean, we do the inventory, I mean, if you guys want to.
No, we
We'd like it, we'd like it tagged.
For the last couple of months, I mean, it's been, this isn't our requirement, this is an insurance requirement, basically the excuse that I was given at the last.
It's
couple
not an
months.
excuse. I was there. Steve was there.
Well,
She's the one that told,
She
see,
did.
did she tell us that?
she did tell us that
That's right.
when she met with us.
But instead of doing work for 3 years, you just found a reason that you didn't have to do the
I've
work,
been doing the work.
putting stickers on things? Like we
We
asked?
have an inventory list, and it hasn't been 3 years of asking for the number tags.
Rachel was supervisor when this started.
Well, for audit purposes, are you required to provide an inventory?
Absolutely.
So how else can you provide that?
Well, that's what they said, an inventory
the
list, but
spreadsheet is
it
fine.
doesn't have to be a stickered.
Not an
With numbers
item
on the
inventory,
list.
just a spreadsheet.
Okay,
Which I provided an inventory list. So it just doesn't have the sticker, the number stickers on it.
what do we do with the rest of the township property?
We put stickers on everything.
Fire department shouldn't be different, but
I agree, that's why we've been asking.
There are some issues though with fire equipment, like certain pieces of equipment that. Like take the air packs, for instance, that stuff, NFPA says nothing goes on those except what's on them.
yeah,
Fire gear,
Yeah.
see that stuff, they can't put stickers on because NFPA.
Right, and we would call
But
it
that's not what we're
exempt.
talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Well, it's part of the
Stuff that you
inventory,
can,
yeah.
yeah, the stuff that you
Yeah.
can stick.
It is part of the inventory.
Yeah.
And that would be exempt under inventory number.
Mm,
So if that's the policy, I guess the policy applies across the board, right?
and I guess it would put them on the hoses, see what happens, to them, if they stay or that's.
Even if the stickers don't stay there, at least they're assigned a number on the spreadsheet. Right?
Yeah, I think if that's what we're doing with all of it.
Then you have to change the
Everything
spreadsheet
is
every time you change the number.
You're saying,
And every time a number comes off or a sticker comes off, then you gotta go and change your
You
spreadsheet.
don't have to put another sticker on it. If it falls off, the number is on the spreadsheet.
Well, what good does that do if it's not on the item?
I don't know, Brian. I'm just trying to make it easier on you if it falls off. That's all. If you want to put another one on there, you go right ahead.
there's no decision to be made. here.
No,
The
no.
policy's the policy.
Yeah.
Here, we'll move on to the trailer project. I didn't get any bids back this time, we put it on the website. Did call to one other company besides Bombasol. Personally invited them to put one in, they didn't. So, I guess,
I have the one bid from Palmside, you got, right?
yeah, his was the original, so.
Well, the bid that he sent out after the thing, he had sent one in, did he email it to you, or?
He didn't email it to me, no, was there one in the mail?
I got an email, I heard you had said you had gotten one from, Palmside, so I thought that was updated one that you sent, but I can print it out quick.
But that was all we got, so.
Cause in the bid, because basically it was requesting, the complete list with shipping and everything, so it came in. He added, and like he says, a lot of the companies, they don't give you a shipping fee, they actually ship the stuff, so you had to kind of guess on it, but.
So we got a bid, we just don't have it physically in front of us?
Yeah, it was the same basic one that he had turned in last month, and then we put it out on bids. It was their quote. And no one got back with an actual, like a bid type bid on it. His quote was all we had.
I'll print out the actual bid rate.
Yeah.
Are we waiting for that, or are we gonna?
If you wanna see the number.
Didn't we have time to go over it?
I'd like to see the terms and conditions, you know, is it firm, is there wiggle room, is there? I'd like to put eyes on,
It sounds like he's getting it.
It should have been put in our packets. So you had 5 days to look at it, and that's what you guys had requested.
yes, we have.
Hey, yeah, sure, it's a lot easier with the third Monday, yeah.
Super.
As I'm sure you could guess, this doesn't read English, but I'm trusting what all these things are needed. I have no idea.
But basically, if you want to run down a list of what
Right.
was
Yeah.
posted for the bid request, and you just went through and the prices on each individual item, and he added in there for shipping, which obviously that wasn't on the original information that I had, because like I said, he doesn't get, a lot of times doesn't get the actual shipping costs until the stuff is shipped out.
But it's coming in quite like a couple thousand higher than what your guesstimate was, so it's a good thing we got this, eh? Or is it more stuff than what you originally thought you'd need?
No, it's the regular,
Cause I think yours was like $6,000, wasn't it?
no, it was,
I thought 8.
Oh, okay.
because we're looking at 7,000 from, I think when we discussed that the last meeting, it was 7,000 for. Gonna come out of our fundraising money and 3,500 from the casino, or 6,000 out of the fundraising money and 3,500 from the
Okay.
casino grant. I think when we had discussed it, but, I mean, it's close, like I say, I think, looking at it, I think it was mainly. The shipboard he had added on there for shipping, there might have been a couple things that the price increased a little bit on.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I couldn't remember.
Basically, a lot of times, January, February, they start getting their increases, their price increases from their suppliers and vendors and stuff like that too, so. There might be a few issues or a few items that were a little bit higher.
Don't you know it's a big month?
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Under our bid policy, we can accept it.
Yeah.
Yes, because,
nobody would bid.
right, if we put it out, we only get one bidder back, that's still acceptable.
It went in the paper, right?
not in the newspaper because there's no local vendors around daily press. I put it on the website. And then I also
You solicited
invited one
individual
other
bids.
company from downstate that
Yeah.
if they wanted to bid, I sent them the list. They never got back with us. So.
Do you ever use any of the governmental bid sites at all? I know there's a couple out there, I can cite the URL, but did we ever put it out on those when we have something like this?
I didn't put this out. The playground bids, I know they were put out on there.
Okay.
How much does this weigh, all this equipment? Is it huge, Brian?
Yeah, well, some of the stuff is pretty heavy, some of it's, some of those like the 6 inch, there's like three, like the six inch suction lines that are 10 feet long. So
Okay.
those are gonna be bulky, cause they're big boxes, probably 10 foot long boxes each.
And they probably weigh maybe what,
Yeah,
75.
those probably aren't too heavy, some of the big valves and stuff like that,
Yeah.
are kind of heavy. And then, some of the hoses that's on there, regular hose.
I mean, we discussed last time, the $40,000 investment is junk if we don't spend the extra 10 on the ability to use it,
Well,
right?
it's
So,
true because, you have to have something to hook it up to. You know?
unless we want them trying to tow it by hand, gonna need a,
I'll make a motion to accept the $10,700 bid
So basically,
for the fire equipment.
so we have the $3,500 from the casino. So basically, we'd be looking at $3,500 of that coming out of the fire grants. Income, we already did receive that check a couple months ago, I believe. So then that would leave 7,200 come out of our company.
are you adding that to your motion, Jane?
Yeah, Jane, I'm sorry, I need you to redo that motion to,
I make a motion that we accept the $10,700 bid from, what's the name of this company? Almasol. With $3,500 coming from the casino grant and $7,200 coming from the funding account for River Fire.
thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support.
I'll support it.
Okay, motion and support. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Good. Okay, we move on, water system business.
I don't have too much other than my report. We've got one leaky service line. Debbie brought a note out there today. I tried two or three phone calls, can't get through to the guy. See what he says, but he's racking up.
I don't need to interrupt, but I didn't bring the note out there, I put it in the mail. Okay, is that not going?
Yeah.
No.
What's the 4-digit address on that?
4255. Nayland.
Oh, okay. Towards the other end, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had one other leak, I forget that address. Outlets. I got a hold of him and shut his off and he's gonna be like that somewhere. Don't know if that was leaking underground or inside his house. No one was built around.
Okay.
You know if, Core Mayville was taken care of?
I don't even know, you just that.
Core and Main,
And
I got some supplies for the campground that we're storing right now. You know, if we paid that.
there was some time ago we paid them, but
Yeah, they-
somehow we got another invoice on that you had just sent me a
Yeah,
couple weeks ago.
yeah,
And I think that one,
I don't know why they.
I
paid
think
it.
it's in the last couple days.
Okay,
Do you remember how much it was for?
no,
Amanda, do you remember how much that water check was you just approved? No,
Remember we forecasted.
17 maybe, 1700? Anyway, that's,
Just check on it is what you're saying.
please,
Okay,
and then.
you're saying they're sending you nasty grams that we didn't pay?
A little bit.
Oh, well, can you forward me one, just so I have it with the resident?
Must only send it to Debbie.
Well, yeah, just forward. Okay. You can always forward it to both of us, so you can double check each other too. It's not ringing a bell in my brain. Oh.
And I don't know, if Steve mentioned anything about like electric charges going up. $20.
Oh, I think I forgot to,
Yeah.
well, I did send the email, that I forwarded it to Debbie, but I didn't mention it.
Yes, mine.
Which one now?
Our electric bill's going up.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
what yes,
okay.
and I always had it on for
like a per watt.
forever, I guess.
Yeah,
We're not have to back pay, do we?
No, they said it was there.
no, they said they won't make us back pay, but what happened is, it's a 3-phase system, there's an extra charge, $22 and something.
They only noticed because they changed the meter on there.
Yeah, and, somehow it got slipped through their system that it was a single phase, line going in there. They've been charging us all these years for single phase when the system is actually a 3-phase. But from now on, our light bill, there'll be the extra. It was $22 and some cents charge on it every month.
Okay.
Other than that, we're still talking with C2AE about getting a lead service line replacement project kind of put together. Part of their process is they need to speak at a meeting, and they're looking at April's meeting. We put some notes down to keep them in the agenda somewhere. So I don't forget.
Yeah, he said he'd send us an email too when it gets closer to remind us, so. That's the part, I think it's finishing up with that first phase that they have to have a public meeting and.
Yeah.
Let us know their findings.
Corin Main had sent a check for $1,670 on December 21st, 2024. So is this, and you don't have to answer now, but,
Yeah.
so either they didn't receive the check, but it hasn't triggered for me as not being clear,
They
so,
just sent me something on
okay.
February 7th.
Do we have another bill with them?
Yeah,
That should,
I think it's in the unpaid fat still.
oh, okay, so it's not that one.
No.
Wonder why they're complaining that it's, well, anyway, okay, more to come.
Yes, okay, but that's all I got.
Starting after.
Yep.
I hope it didn't come.
Move on, zoning administrator business.
Pretty much three things. First of all, the training, that's gonna have a township call for the planning commission, the community planner certificate, $125 a piece. If we have all 5 people on the planning commission, have interest to go. I did reach out to 2 of the, ZBA members. Neither one could go. The only one I didn't get a hold of was Randy Scott. So I don't know if he wants to go or not,
I
but
think he's gone for the winter.
is he? Okay, that's why I didn't get a hold of him, so. But yes, so 6 out of 125 is what,
6 or 5?
5 people at 125.
625, and that's the one that Chris mentioned at the end of the last meeting, is that the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now, the only thing you may wanna hold on to is I know I think you're potentially hiring a new zoning administrator. You may wanna find out if he or she would like to go to that as well. So you may wanna approve it for 6, and if they don't.
Sure. So 750. Up to 750 in terms.
Yeah,
And then, is this a full day or half day or evenings?
It's
multiple
evenings.
days?
so it's 6 weeks, evenings, 3 hours at Escott Township.
So that's actually another $300 of training pay per person as well, right?
That's true, I didn't think about that, but yes.
So that's why I'm the trip.
Yeah.
So 1,800 on top of that. Could be. Yeah, and mileage, but I'm not gonna worry about incidentals at this point.
But I don't think we have to approve the.
I just want us to
Okay,
think about it. That'll be the expense of it,
Right,
which is, I mean, fine, I'm always for training, I just want us to. It sounds too cheap at 750, so 2,500 makes more sense.
Anyway, I make a motion that we approve up to $750 for up to 6 people to attend the community planner training.
Yeah, This,
Citizen planners, citizen planner, that's my motion. I tried so hard.
We had a motion, we have support. Any motion and support, any more discussion?
That comes out of the planning commission budget, right?
Right,
Yep.
right,
Yeah, assume so.
Well, unless the zoning administrator does it, and that'll come out of the zoning, part of it, so, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
okay, we have. Motion and support, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Okay, approved.
second thing, we put a bid out for, a review of the new, the new, zoning ordinance and map. For zoning map, so, I'm just waiting for, it's communication that it's out there, we submitted it, so just waiting to hear back. I have not received anything to this point, so, the only quote I have is QPAS quote. I don't have anybody else's at this point, so.
Did you do direct mailings or how did you advertise that, Charlie?
The website and the paper.
Okay.
'Cause I'll be honest, I did web mailings before, or actual mailings, and it didn't work, so. And, last thing is, most likely this is my last meeting, so those are the 2 things I have. I'll be around and available if anything or whoever comes on needs help with the Zoom or whatever you guys wanna do, I can follow up you guys out. So,
Thanks, Charlie.
yep.
Charlie, where are you on the list? Did you get that list together? We talked about the planning commission for Keith and I, that you're gonna send things that are hanging out there that we have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I'm about halfway done. I
Okay.
apologize, I didn't finish it yet, so.
Okay.
Anything else under zoning? If not, we'll move on to county commissioner business.
All right, thank you. I have a couple of updates. I wanted to let the board know that the county has kicked off their 5-year rec plan. So we entered into a contract with QPAD and we will work until February 1. Our plan will be completed by February 1. So we're hoping that there's lots of input from Ford River constituents relative to
February 1?
February. Yeah, so
Yeah, 26, a whole
yeah.
year.
Yeah, well, not quite a year, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's due, we want to turn it in on February 1 so that we can apply for projects right after that, so. And then we're also kicking off, real soon here, the master plan. So we're doing an update of the master plan, and of course, there will be lots of community engagement with the master plan as well. And since you just went through yours, it just will be very beneficial. We'll be using some of that information to pull into the county's master plan. We have lots of great applicants for the airport, which is fantastic, and they've been interviewing them. The advisory board is still in that process, but I think that we will definitely find someone to fill in as airport manager. So hopefully that happens soon. Relative to an ordinance, one of the ordinances that we are completely rewriting at the county level is the animal control ordinance. So if in the past you have just a lot of what townships do is they'll just pull in ordinances like that into theirs. And so if you did that, just know that the animal control ordinance is going to be completely rewritten, because it was written back when we used to have an animal control officer and we used to manage and maintain our own animal shelter, neither of which we do anymore. So we need to completely redo that, yeah. And then I wanted to let you know that we have a new function within our meetings. We obviously have our meetings available through YouTube, so you can participate even though you can't be present. But now we also have available that you can provide public comment on agenda items or on the general public comment at the end, even if you're not present. So if you want to just spread the word to people, if they're watching the meeting on YouTube, they can go to the county's website, and where you get the agenda for the meeting are 2 phone numbers. One for public comment, agenda item comments, and the other is for general public comment. So you can call while the meeting is taking place. If you've heard something that you want to make a comment on, you can do that, and then it gets played during those parts of the agenda. So even if you're not present. Okay, I think that's it, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Move on, unfinished business policy update.
That's with me this time, so just today, Jane got me all the Word docs for all the policies we've been talking about for the last however long. I shared a folder in the drive with everybody. To make suggestions or track your edits in those Word docs so that we can then talk about the edits, make sure everything is good, and then we'll clean them up and I'll print a final copy. So Jane did all of the work thus far. I would just help get it to the end with the formal end. So it just went to your inboxes in the last few hours, so I think we can probably have all edits and suggestions for the next meeting. And then I'll print clean copies. And if you have none and the edits that she captured from the meetings are fine, then you don't need to do nothing.
There's a link to the drive, oh,
Yeah, in your email as of 6:30, so you wouldn't have seen it yet. Yep.
So Jane did all the work and you get to.
I get zero, I'm not taking any credit, I'm just, I will continue to say Jane, because it wasn't. I'm just helping getting.
Thank you for that, Jane. I know you put a lot of work into
A
it.
ton,
Yeah.
yes.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, item B, playground update bids. We have 2 bids that finally came in for the landscaping portion of the playground project. The first one was UP Concrete from Bark River. And their bid was $55,890.
Sorry, is this concrete and landscaping? Or
Yeah,
all in
it's
one? Okay.
all of the groundwork that doesn't involve the playground equipment that's gonna go in. That's the track that'll be going around the
Oh, yeah,
outside
okay.
edge, and the
Yep.
dirt work and the build up and.
Is this another different one, this one? Yeah.
Yeah, the other one was another bid we got.
Where are they from?
They're from Lower Michigan.
More than double, which is why I'm kind of.
Yeah,
Almost
and
triple.
they're from Lower Michigan, and a big part of their bid, if you look at the mobilization costs, you know, they have, almost $50,000 because of course they gotta move people and equipment up here from Lower
And
Michigan.
it says McGonigal right there.
Yeah,
Maybe
but they said they were from Lower Michigan,
Oh, maybe they're just using
yeah.
maybe they're based out of Lower Michigan, but have like an office up here that they still would have to move. $50,000 to bring equipment up here from downstate.
Yeah, unless they're renting from the, I don't know, but anyway, it's quite high, and another reason I think is they just
Probably don't
figured
want
that.
it.
That they're plenty busy and, you know, if they're gonna do something like that, they're gonna make plenty. I talked it over with, Julia Cogger, our program, coordinator, and she suggested we take the UP concrete bid.
Ah,
Now, is this the last thing we need in order to get going on this project?
Right, so once we
After we do
get
this,
this completed, then, this spring now we'll be able to get started on it.
Okay.
I like the thought of using a local company and.
well, and
Almost 1/3 of the cost of the other.
it's
Yeah.
fascinating, one of these. For 730 square foot for $3 a square foot, where this one is $300 per square foot, like. That's insane. Anyway, I make a motion, we go with UP Concrete.
Motion and support, any more discussion? If not, do we wanna do a roll call on that one?
Yeah.
I do have one before we do that, Deb.
Yeah.
It says that the work will be completed on or before October 1st, with final completion on or before October 9th, what if it's not?
Then they have to pay a fine.
Because it's grant related, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I know, I mean, we just haven't seen that bad luck like this, so I just.
Yeah,
wanna make sure
so,
that they don't complete it.
It's built right in the grant program that they have to.
Probably not,
that-
you'll probably get a discount or something.
I have a feeling it's gonna be much earlier than that, because they wanna start in spring, they just give themselves that much.
Yeah, that's fine, like I said, I just wanna make sure with the luck we've had
Yeah.
with this.
I haven't completely read all of the paperwork, but is there terms to this? Do we have to pay so much up front and so much later and
It's
later,
at
later? Huh?
Oh, no, that was true. That's, I think the payment plan is all run through the grant in process.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the.
Okay,
so
I
we'll
just didn't
pay-
want the same thing to come up like.
No, I know.
the Master plan,
Yep,
how we ran into that problem?
yeah,
Okay.
no, we'll
Yeah.
pay per the grant requirements.
Okay,
The DNR will let us know when to make payments.
if they don't have to do this, then we can do that.
So don't want to go to one of them. Oh, so this is the total.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be 44.
So we want to say up to.
Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna reread the motion again, and then I'll do a roll call. Did we have a second, though? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jane made the motion that we would accept the bid from
No,
you.
I did.
made the motion.
It was me.
Oh, God, it sounded like her. Okay.
She doesn't.
Amanda made the motion to accept the bid from UP Concrete for $55,890. With Bob's second is under the terms of the grant. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Amanda,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes,
Bob,
Yes,
Debbie, yes, Steve.
Yes. Okay, next item, C, junk update. The attorney is working on paperwork to, send to the court again on the trying situation. We're just wait till, see what the court says and give us the go ahead to start cleaning that up. And just as a side note, Mr. Knope did go back to court with them because they violated his order that he had against them and, they, so he's pretty sure he's gonna win his side of it. That'll help us with ours and hopefully we'll get this resolved here pretty soon.
So where we were already, I just need to understand this. We took him to court and he lost?
We took him to court and we filed a motion that he has to clean up and what had happened, if you remember last month,
Yeah, but I
I said,
didn't know if
he
we had
said-
already went to court with that, or if that was just the, before the court stuff.
No, it was in the court,
Okay.
and he's filed a response that basically said he had complied with everything that we said in the order that he had to, but obviously. When you look at the property, they hadn't, and they hadn't gotten any of the zoning approvals they need or any of it, so. This time, we're gonna go back to court, just providing information to the court that he didn't comply, even though he said he did.
And then what's the next step? The
That-
judge orders us to, that we can clean it up?
Yeah, once we would, then it'd probably come down to the court will give us permission to go in and clean it up and put it on their tax bill. That's pretty much how our process will work.
So I did stop there and I used to have an issued in the permit. So I had to do some research first before I could do that. So, just an FYI.
Yeah. Is he legally,
He will be when I'm done.
What is he issued a permit for?
Lean to. Cause I went back to the original building is the original building and there's nothing against building a lean to in commercial, so,
But
Because
that's
then
an
we-
after the fact, right?
yes. Yeah,
but no, the dry kiln, that's,
well, that's not in there,
yeah,
that's not supposed to, but again, I'm not, it's not the zoning, right? The zoning is strictly on the building itself.
yeah,
I'm not giving anything for the dry kiln or anything
Yeah.
like that. That was made very clear,
yeah.
so,
Just make sure it's very clear in writing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Help us out before you leave us, Charlie.
Okay. It'll be in the letter.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we'll get it resolved here soon.
is somebody entitled to a permit if they have other outstanding violations, or is there any provision in the zoning code that says you have to be in compliance with
everything else.
No, not that I've ever seen in that, maybe somewhere in there, but I haven't seen it,
Okay.
yeah.
I've pretty much read the entire ordinance many times over. We really don't have any, maybe something in the future we should have, but we really don't have anything that says,
That's,
If you have
actually
a-
fantastic.
you know,
idea, Bob.
if you're in
Rewrite
violation.
it and they'll stop.
Yeah,
But it doesn't say specifically if you're in violation of the blight ordinance, you can't get a permit.
That's a great idea,
It
though.
would be
Fully
something
compliant with
for,
all Porter Township ordinances in order to.
Yeah, it just seems
Yeah.
logical.
I mean, it was 2008, there wasn't a lot of logic back.
for notes for our future zoning update, that probably is something we wanna look into.
Jane's got it in her book, so I think it'll get there.
you can, you can look at everything, right? They have a proper sewer.
Yeah, right.
All of it.
Animal ordinance, all the ordinances that exist, okay.
Okay, then move on, website training, she tentatively scheduled for February the 24th at 10 AM.
Is that here?
Yeah, we can do it here,
Sure,
just, she'll be online.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but, we can,
Next,
so item E.
oh, so I can take the website training off the,
Yes.
Yeah, we should have it done by next meeting. Item E, 911 sign update, we're just basically waiting for spring right now.
Perfect.
okay. And on that one, do I need to leave that on?
I think we should.
Okay.
Just as, as we make progress or whatever we
Okay.
do. Oh, the other thing about it, we did get the maps from QPAD now, that's right, too, we do have, the maps. And I'll go over, I'll make a day here with Dave and go over, we can look them over. And then when the weather's right, we can get started. Item F, zoning administrator Zoom.
Yeah, my question only was if we were gonna continue Zoom, if the zoning administrator was going to do it. Our new zoning administrator, and in the meantime, are we gonna just not do Zoom? I mean, we don't have anybody to do it. Right?
How hard is that to do, Charlie? Can we train something?
It's super simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you
I'm
want
not allowed
something.
to. I'm not sure when I'm exactly supposed to speak up. But I contacted.
so you're,
Yeah, so I contacted Mr. Nelson on
Yeah.
February 3rd. I know Mr. Detige is leaving his position and, he had told me to come to the February 17th meeting and.
Yep, you're talking in the right place, because that's why it's on there, zoning administrator / Zoom.
Okay,
Are you Brett?
I'm Brett Jench, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Um,
Kind of piecing it
I
together.
use Zoom very regularly as a case manager for community mental health in Delta County, so.
So I have
It's
a
pretty
question,
easy, I mean,
in your cover letter, you say
yeah,
you live in your grandpa Bill's house,
that's right,
is that Walter?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, just making sure Bill and Walter were the same person.
Yeah, they call him Bill or Wally, but yeah.
Okay, now I know.
Yes, ma'am,
And I know him from the gym, so
yeah,
it's good for me.
so I didn't know if I don't know, I think exactly, he kind of just told me to show up and.
yeah,
Yeah, I think in case any of us had questions or.
we'll be
Okay.
getting to that.
This is now.
That
Yes,
is there now.
that's, is the,
Well, there we are.
yeah, that's right, that is our.
So we have your application, we have everything, you sent your cover letter, et cetera. And you come in case there's a bunch of applicants and we have to choose.
Yeah,
But even if there was a bunch, I'd still choose.
oh, thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And your grandfather was a very wonderful man and a
Very
great friend of
beloved.
mine.
he was, yeah.
Yeah,
We met a year ago, so January 18th, last year he passed, in the home, so. He lived
Welcome to
full-
Fort River.
Yep, he lived a full life.
Yeah.
I could tell you some really funny stories.
Pretty good. I hear more and more of them actually.
The longer you're
And
hanging
his
around.
friend,
Fort River.
Mr. Coolard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or with two of them, but
There's a lot of them.
Brad was the one that.
It was Fred,
He
yeah.
was,
Oh, gosh, that was fun.
So for me, the only question is the timing, where you understand the time requirement it takes. It's kind of work at your own pace, but you know, ebbs and flows, summers are busier, winters are less. Yeah,
I mean, from what I know, there's two meetings a month you have to attend, which.
Yeah.
I would definitely be able to do. And as far as how much work it is, I mean, I haven't done the job exactly, but I'd be willing to definitely give it a try.
what are your hours like in the summer, Charlie? I mean, I know it's hard to say because it fluctuates, but.
So, summer tends to be a lot of after, I don't know what we're scheduling, so you want days, but I don't know.
12-hour shifts right now.
Okay, so, yeah, in your case, it actually worked out better for you, so I work Monday through Friday, right, days. So I would always have to stop after work, phone calls, stop after work, make meetings, and then weekends, so. Really rough week, 20 hours, when I need it's nice nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. That's why I like 12-hour shifts, because I get the off days, that's why I like them, but.
A lot of it too is you get some unique stuff, you gotta do a little research. This is what you make of it, right?
Yeah,
Site inspection.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I have a degree in criminal justice, I know a lot about the law. So I have connections to the court system, law enforcement personnel. Caseworkers, social workers, so I do have a good network. I don't know if that'll directly translate to this job, but it'll
I
can't
think it
hurt.
would directly
You can't hurt,
translate because
dealing with, or correction, so I mean, dealing with, yeah, dealing with public,
Yeah, as far as that goes, you'll be fine.
following policy.
And part of the job is enforcement of zoning ordinance, so
Right.
it kind of fits with what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to answer any questions you may have, and
I am.
I'm excited to apply.
It's your recommendation, right, Steve?
Yes, it is that I recommend that we would hire.
Steve's recommending it, I'll move that, take Steve's recommendation before Brett changes his mind.
Horrible.
I'll support.
No, I'm not gonna change my mind.
A motion in support to hire Brett as our new zoning administrator. Any more discussion? If not,
Jen Shack.
So
Jay.
when does he start? Starting when?
what do we want to set?
Well, I mean, it's up to you guys.
March 1st.
Okay, but do you want him to work with Charlie for a while?
We should, and we'll have to figure out something.
Or do you want him to start on March 1st and we can
Training pay Charlie.
do training pay for Charlie, but I think we're gonna have to do that on another meeting because it's not on the agenda.
Yeah,
And we can do that in our budget meeting if you want, because those are gonna be real meetings.
yeah.
We don't have any set training pay right now for anybody?
If you just give an hourly wage,
That's what we're talking about, hourly wage.
so I meant for him before March 1st.
But we can pay him hourly
could.
wage.
But, yeah, we could do that too.
Because it kind of is on the agenda, zoning administrator being on the agenda and determining a rate of training pay for that role makes sense.
And then anything after March, if you need me,
We'll give you
I
a
guess,
consultation agreement for
there
a
you
couple
go.
months,
you
a
know,
retainer.
thinking about it, though, was March 1st too soon?
Actually, are you available this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Done.
Yeah,
We'll give them the basics and then, so a lot of it is just you run into something, you gotta ask the question.
and then next month, I guess, we can figure out how we'll pay Charlie for consulting with him if he needs it.
Yeah, so the only thing we have to do right now,
Is to approve Brett to
Yeah.
have hourly wage between now and the 1st of
Yeah.
March.
as a part of his motion, or is that a separate motion?
Let's make a separate one.
Okay, so Bob motioned, I seconded. We gotta hire him first.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to hire Brett Jenchak for the zoning administrator job. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approved? So now.
Okay, so what are our hourly rates typically right now?
Right now, that most hourly rates are $17.50 unless it's the IT and it's 20. And that goes under the zoning administrator, so I think we should keep it at 20.
Sure.
And then, the water department is 19.53 or 25 for a call.
I think $20 an hour for training between now and the first feels fair. Charlie, what do you think? Cause you'll finish out the month at your staff.
$20 an hour between now and March 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
For training, okay.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we pay our new zoning administrator an hourly rate of $20 per hour between now and March 1st for a maximum of 20 hours.
Sure, I'll support.
Motion and support, any more discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Approved. Okay, new business.
Go back to Zoom, we never got that answer then.
Yeah.
He said he was.
Yeah, I can get it.
He said he's come to us.
Okay.
Perfect, that'll be part of your Passover from Charlie.
I don't, did anybody tell you the job pays? $6 a month.
Yeah, right. That would be terrible.
You wanna stop back here after the meeting?
But Zoom is another $14. What is it?
I don't know.
$6.
$6.
Yeah, but 1,400 or so for Zoom, so.
Alright.
You're required, and the 2 meetings are required in that.
Yeah,
Better figure it out.
extra meetings are paid, but the two.
Like $14.50 a month, right in there, for $1,450. It's not $14
And mileage and.
a month. But I'll show you that if you wanna stop there.
Sure, I'll do that.
Do your.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't know the supervisor. I was moving on.
Okay, then now we can move on to new business, key holder policy.
Okay, so I had mentioned at last month's meeting that I believe we already had a policy about the keys. However, when we look back through in April of 2018, it was a board motion. It wasn't a formal policy. So I think we should just discuss a new motion on key holders because the missing persons here, the motion was treasurer, clerk, supervisor are deputies. The cleaning person, assessor, and fire chief had keys to the office.
And the zoning administrator was not included in that because he
they
was
were-
the
yeah.
supervisor.
So I would recommend we add the zoning administrator and the maintenance person, because at the time, we had a cleaning person, not a maintenance person, now we have both. So that should cover everybody who should have keys.
So we're gonna change that to the treasurer, the clerk, the trustees, the supervisor, their deputies, the cleaning person, the assessor, the fire chief, the maintenance, and the zoning administrator, correct?
Well, that was gonna be my motion, but since you did it.
No, I just.
Then can we just put this in the
Oh, water.
policy manual?
Yeah, maybe we should.
I was just gonna
do
say that, I think it is in there.
You wanna make it-
Oh, it is?
It is in the new one, we just gotta, we just gotta make sure all these people are in the new one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the
Positions.
proposed language makes sense.
Yeah, we'll add a water operator too, cause he's.
Yeah, water operator's not in there either.
I didn't hear you, so.
No, that's what he's, yeah.
Yeah,
So anyway, we just wanna formalize what was done in 2018, so yeah, we'll add it to the policy.
No,
Okay.
like I said, it's in, but we just gotta make sure all these people are listed.
Yep. Okay, that's it on that then.
so we're gonna not vote on this till
Correct.
we get it in the
We'll just add it
policy.
to the policy, yeah, I think in the interim, unless there's an interim need for the next month or two.
Well, yeah, cause we need a key to
We need a
get
key.
the planning commission.
I make a motion, we add key trustees to the key holders. For now,
For the next month or two.
till it's a formal policy.
Okay.
My motion is just simply that we get trustees keys.
Do we have a motion, do we have support?
Oh, I'm sorry, I should support, I
Debbie
apologize,
supports.
he's trustee.
Okay, motion and support, any more discussion? If not, all in favor of the trustees having keys for the town hall?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Approved. Item B, upset, item B, upset.
Yeah, there's your yearly,
No.
letter.
We never did, no. I'm probably gonna talk to Sam about this because they say on here that they rely on municipalities, but I don't know how municipalities can give them money. It doesn't make sense to me. So with what's going on in the county right now with the drug situation, it would be maybe worth looking into, but I don't, at this point, I've never been comfortable using tax money for upset. It doesn't sound something we do, so I think we'll stick with that for now, but I'm happy to look into it further.
So we've never done it?
No, not ever.
So we really don't need a motion
No.
or anything unless
Correct.
somebody wants.
Unless somebody
Exactly.
wanted to give them money, but, yeah, I don't know.
And I don't, but I'm with Amanda, I don't think we can.
Yeah, I don't think we ever can, but they say municipalities, so there must be a way. I just don't know the way, so I will look into it in case the board should
And-
want to revisit.
I think it's legal. I'm not suggesting we do it, but I think it's legal because as a township, we can contract with other units of government for law enforcement and they
So it'd be
work,
with that.
they craft it in a way that
Okay.
makes it legal. But again, I'm not suggesting.
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
it, But I think it's legal.
Weird. Yeah. And then,
Yeah, we'll move item C, litigation.
Yeah, I had put this on because we have had litigation on the agenda, and I know that we had one lawsuit that was settled, but it was never discussed as to what exactly, that I can remember, what the settlement was, or any of the paperwork that came with it. And then we had the other two items on there, and it was never really, it was just taken off, it was never said as to why, and I just feel that should be in the minutes, or that it should reflect, so that we can go back, and now it looks like, sounds like we're getting into some litigation with this other ordinance, and we also then had to decide, we still had a pending question out there as to whether or not we're gonna try to collect lawyer fees from the last lawsuit. And that never really got settled.
No, we
Well, it
never,
did get settled, we did agree to put sanctions on it.
yeah, we did agree we could go ahead with it. We never did, actually go ahead. with it.
Right.
I
We
guess, right.
voted to go ahead, we sent it to the lawyer to go ahead,
but the
so it
lawyer.
wasn't anything we
Yeah.
did.
No, I was just saying,
The lawyer-
I'm not saying we did,
No, no, I
I'm
was
saying
correcting Steve.
we just
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
pursue it, cause it's kind of gone in the wayside.
I don't think we can have sanctions anymore because it was supposed to have been included prior to the
Correct.
conclusion of that litigation.
Correct, but we can still go, we can still take them to court to pay it. It's not a done deal, we can still try and collect.
Well, my
That
suggestion
was
would be,
my understanding.
you have a new attorney now, I think. Before we do anything, we'll have to let him review
That's
everything
fine.
that happened and
Mhm.
go from there and see what he.
But for the other two, the discrimination and the hate crimes or whatever it was, you said at the last meeting, they were,
Yeah.
meeting, yeah. Hate crimes, that was personal. This was, you had said that they were dropped and done,
Yeah,
was that
The,
part of
the
it?
Open Meetings Act one was dropped.
That was
Okay.
dropped.
Yeah.
We got paperwork stated, it
And-
was dropped.
That other one, the discrimination one, according to, that was Burkhart when he was our attorney, he says that for the most part, he would assume it's dropped, but he says. If that were to even come before, he said it'd be probably 7 years before anyone would hear anything, because that's how slow that system works. And he doesn't think in a case like this one that it would, they
So
would
we
never pursue
We
it.
replied to the case and we never heard back, and then we won our court case,
Right.
so. Chances are putting them together, there's no merit,
But
but
the Open Meetings Act, if that was dropped, we never got any paperwork saying it was dropped.
We should have,
Yeah.
I'll check with the court to
Yeah,
get.
I'm sure we should have something in our records
Yeah,
that says it's
Yeah.
dropped or it's pending or what the outcome, no matter what the outcome is, we should have something.
Right.
in the
yeah,
records.
I'll talk with the prosecutor about that, because they would have been the ones that would have sent that out.
And, maybe just by way of suggestion, if we just have an agenda item, a standing item that says either pending legal matters rather than pending litigation, because I think there's some differences between litigation and complaints.
That's-
But, I think a complaint sort of fits the category perhaps of just pending matters.
I said, we should have a story number.
Yeah.
So it's out there. Yeah,
And,
whatever you want to call it.
you know, I realize a lot of months, most months, it's going to be no changes, but at least as a board, we'll know there's no changes and then.
Kind of like we added the speaker.
Yeah. Unless we ever hit a time where there's nothing.
You mean, except for when we hit the time where there's nothing?
We're one of the optimists.
Oh,
Kind of like the playground. It's just what you call it.
and then I'm on one side.
Or not it.
Yeah.
So. Do you want me to contact the attorney and talk to him about it?
Just to try to get closure on
Yeah,
everything.
okay, I'll do that. And then I'll make sure that the prosecutor's office sends us the information on the other two. And like, I don't know that,
At least the open meetings act.
yeah, that other one, like at the state level, like he said, he doubts it'll ever see the light of day, but they just don't actually drop that stuff for years and years and years, so. It may be out there someday, who knows?
Well, that's another reason we should have it, because I mean, it's gonna be years and years, we may not be sitting here on the board, and it could still be going on.
Some other board is gonna get in a lot of trouble someday.
Yeah.
They don't want to come to get it.
Okay, item 16, public comment.
Seem to have a very bad habit of leaving off one item on my. And this meeting is certainly not an exception. I forgot to mention that the Veterans Affairs Department, so this is a part of the village, and if you had supported the village, then you will be happy to hear that the department has created new positions and are in the process of hiring for those new positions. And they've also filled the new Veterans Affairs Committee with the folks that were recommended to the board when the board approved those appointments. So that I forgot to mention. I do want to mention Upset. So I know that Upset this year has made a change to the documentation that you probably have received. They used to ask for a donation, which would obviously be the red flag that you're talking about. But I believe this year it is not considered a donation, it's an actual MOU, it's a contract, so yes, you can enter into a contract with Upset. In District 3, Escanaba Township entered into the contract with them, I think they gave them $300 as a part of the MOU, and I believe Park River it was $500, so
Okay,
just so you know what the other townships are doing.
good to
Thank
know, thank you.
Any other public comment? If not, board comment?
I just want to thank Charlie, the zoning administrator, and it's gonna miss, I know the planning commission thanked him a lot, and expressed their views, and they're gonna miss him being on, and thanks for working with us and working with me, and
Yep, well,
I hope I wasn't too much of a pain.
nope.
I hope she was extremely painful.
Yeah.
You deserve it, Charlie, just kidding.
I
Thank you.
I think, yeah, thank you.
Congratulations on your new.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Any other board comment? If not,
I make a motion to adjourn.
motion supported, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
Thank you.